Hello, how you all doing? Good to have you here, people. And yeah, we're gonna play some chess. Title Tuesday. I've been away for a little bit, as I did mention in a previous video. I was in Norway at Norway Chess, so I haven't done any Title Tuesday videos for a while. And I got over 2800 recently, which was pretty good for me, but I lost it all today. I've been playing bloody terrible today. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. It's just been horrendous chess. That has to change. And I'm playing a very talented and dangerous player from America, Justin Sarkar, who is an international master, but is really tactical, aggressive player, hence why I've just started with the English opening. And I've lost to him before in Reykjavik. So let's see how we get on. It's the same as usual. Title Tuesday, bit of chaos, bit of craziness, bit of attacking chess, bit of fun, a bit of whatever it is. And we will have some fun today, I feel. And we're actually following at the moment Karpov Kasparov Seville 88. Look at me. Who knows their shit? This gentleman here. And I know this because my dad actually showed me this position. It's one of the first lines I learned as a kid. And after h6, he came up with a ridiculous idea of f4. This is pre-computer days. So in honor of my dad, who has passed away, we are going to throw f4 on the board, even if it is a pile of poo. And I don't know if it is because computers weren't around then. And of course, my opponent doesn't have to take here, which he probably won't actually do. If he does take there, then maybe I'll get some action on the Freddy file. We will see. He does. So we're actually following. Now, I'm trying to remember what my dad's idea was. Is it this or was it this? Maybe it was this. I mean, again, I haven't looked at this for like 35 years probably. But this is quite. I've got to win this game now in honor of the old man, because this was his idea. He probably had a bit too much whiskey, I'd imagine, all those years ago, to improve on Karpov's play against Kasparov. I think it was Karpov Kasparov. That's what he told me. I mean, it could just be a load of crap, couldn't it? But now, does this little move work? Well. Say hurrah, hurrah, wherever you are, say hurrah. Maybe knight here though. What the hell is going on? Have I fluffed this up? Should I put my... Can I go queen in here? Knight takes... No, that's the whole queen. And if I take... Okay, what about this move? Wow, what the fuck is going on? Excuse my French. I'm not even going to try not swearing today. This is a sweary position. Don't you agree, boys and girls? If you can't swear in this position, what position can you swear in? Now, knight takes here, takes, queen here, king g7. Okay, takes, queen here, king g7. Bishop takes here, king takes, check. Okay, let's roll. Let's let it roll, baby, roll. So king here, bishop takes f7. If I don't have bishop takes f7, this is probably a pile of poo. This is either going to be one of the greatest games of chess ever played or not. It looks like some rock and roll on the board though, doesn't it? So the idea is if he takes here, we're going to go check here and then hopefully mate him somehow. Probably just take the knight. Takes. Okay, so we have to go check. He probably has to step forwards. He doesn't. He comes back. But this, to my eyes, looks pretty bad for him. Because how is he going to stop? Okay, he's going to bring this one here. Now I have at least a draw. Do we have more? Now, rook here, very interesting. Rookie. This is my first thought. Queen here. I've got to play for a win, obviously, because rook here takes, rook takes. Then I slowly d6. Okay, rook here, and if queen here, if queen e8, I take there. Queen e7, I take. let's play this. Let's play for the win. This is, I like to say, this is either going to be one of the greatest games I've ever played, or, I mean, I could just grab the draw with a series of checks, but checkmate ends the game. Come on! This is what a nice break in Norwegian air does to you. You fill your lungs with a load of oxygen and you play a brilliancy. Mwah! Throw me those gold coins, boys and girls. Throw them on the board. Give me the gold coins. Oh, wow, that felt good. Cheers, Dad. And was it sound? Who knows? Do we dare look at it? Because it might spoil the beauty. I'll be honest. That felt like genius level. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what the computer says. We better look at the truth of the matter. And no is the answer. Bummer. I should never have looked. So he should not take here. Okay, let's have a look. And this was wrong. Yeah, I thought that was maybe wrong. It's been a long time. But queen here, g6. What am I doing against that? I just come in there. Okay. Let's have a look on this one. So, very interesting game. And, I mean, the computer doesn't see the joy of sacrificing everything, right? So, this one... Well, how do you game review? Oh, no, I've done game review. How do we put it on... Oh, let's do this thing here. That probably helps. Okay, so let's have a look at what the computer says. So, this is very interesting. Now, queen h5 is best. This one here, g6, knight here... And now I should take here. Knight takes and then play bishop g5. That is clearly better because it takes away the possibility of this. But the line I played, I did calculate. And I think he has to take on g6. I have to take here. I have to go here. And now he's only got one defense, which he did not find. And it's not an easy defense to find. He has to play rook e6. And if he finds that, he is better. So this move seems like the way to defend. But again, this is a blitz game. He played here, and then look at this. Boom! Pull out of your pipe and smoke it, son. Boom! And now, if he goes here, it feels like there should be some win with rook e1. And I think this is also winning because of this beautiful move. And just to explain this beautiful move to you, he's kind of in zugzwang. I'm threatening rook takes rook to get rid of defender of f6, and rook takes f6. If he goes here, which is the move he wanted to play, this wins because I've got rook takes e8 if he takes it. If he goes here, then this wins because I'm going rook takes f6. If he exchanges rooks, then he's actually in zugzwang. Look at his pieces. And next move, I am most likely just going to put rook f1, I thought, and I don't think he can stop it. But we might even have time to do this because he can't move his queen. It's going to take him loads of moves to develop. So in some ways you could say that was a piece of magic. That's the way we're rolling today, boys and girls. More like that, my friends, more like that. If that doesn't deserve a like and subscribe, go and do one now. Get out of here. Get out of here. Now, I normally pause it and we go to the next round quickly, but I'll tell you, like, Norway was great fun, and I had a crazy idea, and I want to know what you think of this crazy idea. It's probably too crazy, but it's an idea, and that's where brilliant this develops from. I went to the cinema on the rest day over there with a bunch of Norwegians to watch a documentary that they had released, and it was on a world record they broke on the longest ever blitz match. Odin and Askild, and Magnus was there with his wife, a load of others, as a private viewing. Very good documentary, and I thought I was really inspired by it. They did a great documentary. It was brilliant, and I've always had this idea of doing another challenge because I've done this like boxing, which I might do again. I'm totally out of shape, don't get me wrong, but I used to do a lot of swimming, and I thought, is it possible to swim from Iceland to Westman Islands? Now, do we have any Icelanders out there? This might just be stupid. So let me just show you what I mean. It's just a thought that occurred to me on the screen. So Ireland to where is it? Westman, I said. West. Okay. Iceland. Okay, so let's put it on a map. So, this is Iceland. And yes, we can see that. Thank you very much. There's Iceland. And at the bottom of Iceland, we go all the way down here. Somewhere around here, there's a little island. Look at that. Look at that. It only looks like a 10-minute swim, doesn't it? Can't be far. Anyone could do that. As you go a little bit nearer, it becomes a little bit more tricky. And there's also a number of deaths around here because the water is very currenty and it's very cold because it's called Iceland for a reason. It's icy in Iceland and it's very dangerous. But there is a ferry that goes there, so maybe I can just follow the ferry line and have a little swim. So that... Oh, I'm losing time here. I'm getting carried away with this idea. I was just wondering how long okay, just to bear in mind the negatives. I'm 44. I've smoked all my life. I have given up at times and I will have to give up again. Probably on average about 5 a day. It's a horrible habit. I don't recommend it to anyone. Please don't do it if you're watching this. It's not good. It's bad. I drink too much. Far too much. Regularly. I'm overweight. The opening is going well. Why is the mouse being funny again? Don't you dare. I need to lose a couple of stone. I just generally party too much. And I would need at least a good solid year training. I don't know, I think it's about 9 miles. Yeah, I mean, it's cold. People die there. The waves are bad. There's negatives about this. Don't get me wrong. Now the positives. When I was a youngster, when I was a youngster, I did a lot of swimming. I've got to think about this actually. I just tried to castle. I can't bother to think. So maybe we have to go this way. Why is this not? What is going on? Don't do this again, mouse. I need to update my mouse. I've been in Norway, I haven't had a chance. I used to swim a lot. I used to swim very strong up to the age of about Jesus, what's happening here? This is my mouse is. Why is it not working? Sorry. I used to swim regularly. Okay, hang on. Let me think, because this position. It's not. I wanted to get the rook over, but you had to check here. Now taking there seems outrageous because I'm walking into a pin. But takes. Is this? I don't know what's going on my mouse. It wasn't like this the last game. I'm going to try this one. This is not good. What have I done? Okay, I'm going to think. I'm going to think about this bloody challenge later. Not now because it's the mouse. He could have had. Fuck a duck. Just like, this is just terrible game. The first game was good and I just fucking mouse. Why is it sometimes work and not? Yeah, this is literally like I'm getting battered here. And my mouse is terrible. I'm gonna have to sort out this mouse. Just losing here. Unfortunately, check and he wins is one way to win. Stupid mouse. It's been working before, I have tested it. Okay, king here takes here. Well, I have to go. Why are you doing this? What is up with you? Have to go here. Have to go here. These are all forced. Oh, I had a great opening. I really cannot. But this. Okay, and he takes here and I lose. Okay, fuck. Stupid thing. Fucking mouse. What? Now it works. Why didn't it work there? Okay, hang on a minute. Let me just have a look at that because that went perfectly opening and I just lost my concentration. I was thinking about swimming across the ocean. My opponent played very well, and now the mouse, it doesn't seem to want to click. I should have one in reserve, but I don't. And okay, I'm taking my top off because that was annoying. My opponent played very well. You know, like perfect game of chess, basically. Cheating bastard. I don't mean that. That's just me being angry. He played well, and you can see the opening got me a good position, and I flagged it up around here. So let's just go to this point and see. So yeah, I should never take here. This is not right. Let's just go back. Click. Okay, I'm gonna have to click hard. It feels. So here, yeah, it just felt wrong. Knight takes d4. It was a really horrible move actually. I just didn't really see how bad. I mean, this was a horrendous move. But what should I play here? So let's have a look. So I should, of course. Oh yeah, I've looked at this before. I was just literally not concentrating this game. I should play h3, and that forces him to give up his bishop, and I'm practically winning there. Could I not done that earlier even? Is there not even something stronger the way I played this? Let's have a look. Queen f4, h4 here. Bishop d7 is the top move, and I think I've even looked at this before, this position, which makes it even worse. And something like queen h7 and just go for h3. Yeah, okay. This is completely winning. So I should never have lost that game. I was getting too excited. We'll have to bounce back, and that's what happens in chess when you lose your concentration. You lose it for a split second, and it goes away. So I was talking about swimming. So I told you the pros and cons. I used to swim a lot. Competitions up to about the age of 12. I haven't swum for about a year. I'd have to train for 1 year. The question is, do you think it's possible with like 1 year's hardcore training to do that? Like 9 miles probably, something like that. I don't know, probably, maybe. It'd make a good documentary, wouldn't it? Me dying in Icelandic oceans, getting eaten by a beast in the waters. Yeah, I'd watch that if I was alive. Okay, right, I'm going to pause it because I need to concentrate. That game should not have been lost. And before I do that, I'm actually playing the World Team and Rapid Championships tomorrow, ending on Sunday. So I'll try to update you on that as well. But that was sad. That was a sad game. Of course, I know h3 is the winning move. Why on earth did I ever think about taking here? Because I was looking at some crazy ideas like that. But what a horrible move knight takes d4 was. Complete beginner's move that was. So, idiot I am. So one good game, one terrible game. It's the story of my life. Okay, let's try to recover. I normally find that giving something a massive bang sorts it out. I mean, technical things like hardware, mouse and stuff like that. So I've given the mouse a good bang. I think that should fix it. That is my caveman way of fixing. And we break this tournament down into 3 parts, right? We have the first 4 rounds, and we aim to get 3 out of 4. And we could not have asked for a better opening that last game, so it was a bit annoying to lose after that opening. And I'm just playing normal moves in this game. I'll try to get castled. He might wish to play this move if he wants to. I'll go queen c2, bishop d3, and this seems to be quite a weird mix of moves. Knight bd7 and bishop b4. I'm not sure they necessarily go, but okay, this is interesting. So do we force him to do that, or do we just... Let's go queen c2. It's probably a useful move anyway. And now I've got the super aggressive castles queenside, which I don't actually believe in this position. I've also got some weird c5. Let's try this one. This is the most testing before he isolates my pawn. I've got to watch out for e5 breaks, but if I can get castled here, I'll have a nice structure, because this 3 versus 2 is something I know from watching some top games can be very good. And I've also got this d6 square because his bishop's a little bit loose here, so I might better plonk this in here. I mean, e5's the move I'd be watching out for, but I think I can go knight takes, maybe even pawn takes is fine as well. If he goes b6, I've got c6, and if I get 2 moves in, then it feels really good for me, like bishop d3 and castles. So he's got to do something like this. So let's force something to happen by putting the bishop here, and I'm obviously nearer castling. So I think he's got to do something, you know, with queen a5 at the right time. Now this move I don't think should work very well for him. I mean, as much as I'm a fan of the Stonewall, I mean, this shouldn't be scary for me. Shouldn't be. But G5 is certainly the best follow-up here before I can get a chance to consolidate a bishop on his weakness here. So he should probably go... Yeah, okay, he does. Now I've got to think where to put this guy. Now, bishop E5, then the pawn comes here, which is a bit annoying. There's not really a good square for my bishop. This is the only thing. Maybe even here. I don't know. And I want to play F3 at some point. So now he's attacking this one. So he's playing quite interesting. He's had to play this way. So I think I could have taken there and take here as well, but let's first push this bishop as far away as we can, because we've got knight here as well. But takes... What do I take with the bishop? See, it feels really risky to do that, actually. Now, this is the only issue I have, right? Okay. Now, knight... Maybe I should just be going knight e2. Maybe okay, it's an interesting position. So takes, f takes, knight takes here. Just feels that feels quite risky to me inherently. So I don't know if I necessarily like this move. Maybe I shouldn't have chased his bishop back to such a good square, because actually, you know, his play's been very interesting. I should give him a bit more credit, to be honest. And I would normally be on the other side of this, and now I'm relying on this move f3, g3 if I have to stop checkmate ideas. And I'm hoping he's overextended, because again, so we got rid of that knight. Now knight here, this pawn drops, so I have to play this move, otherwise we're going to get mated. And I want to play knight here now, because I've got knight to this square, and this is looking a lot better now. Now let's defend my queen, or do I just move the queen, because I want the knight to be able to have options to move. And he has got this weakness. This positionally looks very good for me now, because I've got like f3, rook e1, and I've always got these pawns which would win any ending. He's got backwards pawn. Positionally it looks good, but that obviously I just have to watch out for h2. But he can't get another piece around, so I'm quite safe on the king side, because he hasn't got any. He's blocked up all of his attacking units. So he comes in here, feels like a normal move, and he maybe wants this one, right? Okay. So I might have a little tactic here. I'm going to get rid of this knight because it's doing my head in. And I was going to go knight there, but I realised he doesn't have to do that now. Rather stupidly. I should have seen that. So let's see. How is this? Now e5, and God knows what's going on. Do I sack a piece then? And this way, I'm hoping that in this case the two knights are pretty tasty. Still very unclear actually. My knights I feel should be better, but you know, because they're knights in the centre of the board are often better than bishops. So this is what I'm aiming for. Very passive square. Okay, do we keep throwing it in? I think so. Even though it gives him a chance to swap off that passive bishop. And okay, now my knights can do very tricky things here, can't they? Let's try to get both rooks working. Could have grabbed that one. Maybe I should have grabbed that one. Pawn is a pawn after all. My king's probably quite safe on this square, yeah? I hope it's safe on g2. Let's not allow him too many chances. Now, I'm hoping Barry is going to win the game. I think this is winning. King. I'm threatening rook here and rook here. So he has to go king here, rook here, here. If he goes king here, I also have rook over here. It should be winning for me, but it's not Entirely clear. I might need to get the knight in. Let's just have a look what the evaluation says. Evaluation in the nation. Anyway, we won. So we're on 2 out of 3. And the next game key. Okay, so we are winning this one. Yeah, okay. We're winning at the end. Look, massively winning. So how was the win after this? Let's just check, because it's always nice. This is as far as I got. But I didn't see how winning this is. And his rook's totally tied down. I thought I might have to get my knight in here somehow. But actually just rook takes here is winning. And he hasn't got anything. So an okay game there. By no means perfect. But hey, I ain't a perfect guy. Show me a perfect guy and I will show you a free-headed dog, which probably does exist. Actually, I know the Russians. Didn't the Russians did some messed up, I think it was the Russians, you know, or was it the Germans, Dr. Mangel? They did some messed up experiments of trying to put like some, I won't even go into it because it's not nice. It made me feel a bit queasy even reading about it. So no, we won't go there. Simon, why are you thinking about free-headed dog? How do I get onto these topics? How on earth does my mind work? It's quite freaky shit. So okay, so we're still on a good score. We're still on 2 out of 3, but we need to get a roll going, and it's always that bloody middle section, isn't it? You know, the first 4 games I'm normally alright in, and then the next 4 games I turn into a piece of like absolute, I don't know what I turn into, like runny poo. You know, I'm just like flopping around, making horrible noises and stinking at the same time. It's not good. Actually, one interesting way to win. Maybe I could just bring the king in. Magnus made an interesting observation in Norway. He said that in the ending, we are in the ending, that the king will guess how many points do you think the king is worth in the ending. Obviously, I know it's infinity, but how strong is the king in points wise? Is it stronger than a knight? Stronger than the bishop? As strong as the rook? Well, he said basically he thinks the king's like 4 points in the ending, which I thought was quite interesting. And maybe this king should just like get to this square and force resignation. That'd be a very nice way to win. So interesting that's how he rates the king, because no, I mean, maybe there's some books that talk about this, but I haven't seen them. Okay, so we've got to try to win the next game, and then we've got the next 4. So like I said, I'm playing in the World Rapid and Team Championships tomorrow. There's some good players playing. Nepo, I'm playing board 1 tomorrow, then board 3 on Thursday and Friday. I'm just playing the Rapid. I don't think I'll be playing the Blitz, because I'd like to play the Blitz, but I'm actually reporting on those days. And the Rapid is, I love Rapid chess, or I used to, because it means you still have time to think, like, and play some wicked moves and calculate, but you also have to play quite quick, yeah. So it's still it's rapid, you know. It's not slow play for slow people like me. It's rapid for rapid people on AHD, and that's what we're going for. So I might play Nepo tomorrow, Hikaru, and it's going to be very interesting, and you can follow it online. I'll try to get this video out in time. It's a good little warm up, this, get the brain thinking. And the only thing I don't like about it is the dress code, because I hate, apparently our team's wearing a white shirt and black trousers and shoes. It's like going to a chess funeral, which it might be. And I hate wearing, I hate it with a passion. I don't know why, but I hate wearing shirts. I get sense. I'm not even going to, again, I won't go there. I just hate it, all right? Let's flick in E4. We never play E4. Let's flick it in. Flick it. Like a cricket. Don't flick crickets. It's cruel. Just don't do it. Don't flick. Okay, King's Gambit. Put out your pocket focus. I know a lot of you want to see the most romantic of all openings. I hate it when they do this, though. They counter Gambit. And by the way, banging the mouse seems to work, right? I've got to remember that little trick. And this line is something which I've had. I can't remember. I mean, it's not very good for white. Taking on d5 is probably a better option. But this move is very intriguing. And I've tried this out. I kind of made it up against Irish international Sam Collins in the Bunratty Chess Festival in Ireland. Love Ireland. Love going to play chess in Ireland, because they all start singing in the evenings and it's beautiful. And I've had this position before. Now this position, the computer will say, is bad for white. But my opponent should have probably played a check there when you sacrifice another pawn. But now, I actually quite like my chances because I'm fully developed. My pawn structure, you could argue, is worse, but I've got an open f-file. And look at my pieces. My pieces are going to coordinate quite fantastically. Now, of course, he's going to flick this one in. Where do we put the queen? I'm going to head towards my favourite area, the king side. If in doubt, throw pieces towards your opponent's king. And with a knight coming here, this should be something, right? Now, let's move in. We've got to watch out for this check, but I can take with a queen, so I think it's okay. So he's gone here. Now, I'm going to keep trying to checkmate him because it's fun to do such madness. But he has now got a good knight here, but I'm going to try and sacrifice on h6 and just try to kill. So we're just going to try to sacrifice on one of these two squares. We're also threatening this one, so he's got to go rook f7. He can flick a check in if he wants. Is he going to target this one? Well, then I've got a little intermezzo, which should be very strong for me. And yeah, so he has to play this. This is clear. Now, is this working? Takes. Well, let's find out, eh? With the big daddy-o. Sugar daddy-o, sugar daddy-o. Remember that song? Horrendous. No, it was a good song. Now, do I just win a rook? Or do I go for more? Now, don't get back spanked. He's got knight here. I probably should just take this darn rook. But it seems like my king's a bit funny. He might have queen here and knight f3 or something sinister. Okay, look, got to think here. Now, rook takes here, knight f7. Rook takes, king takes. And he's all right. Check, check. Queen d5, for example. I'm getting short time. Got to go rook here, knight f3. I don't like that. I don't like it. What are we doing, actually? I'm getting too short. Takes. It feels like it's got a bit lucky here. Oh, fluck a duck. Takes, queen d5. And this one is a real issue, right? So rook here, knight f3. I don't know if you've seen all this, but that would be... Okay, am I too... Oh, queen d5, and he's got back rank. Okay, I can go rook h8, so I think... I'm going to have to slam you again. I think we have to go for this. I've got rook f6 as well. Yes, so here, knight f3, rook h8, and how is that? Might not be good enough for me. Now, rook here. Am I going to get back spanked? Is this a better move? It's got to hope this mouse holds up. I just need to, if I can get my queen out, I'm winning. And I'm thinking rook here. Stops the back spankers. I thought queen here was better because it would stop my last move. And now, I think I have time to play this because of the cover-up and the attack on f6. If he takes here, I just take it. So he goes here. That's a crafty move, isn't it? Whoa. Struggling to find a move against this. This is a very... Oh, fuck. It's check. What the fuck, man? Ah. You muppet. He had mate there. But this is also mate. Fuck. Ah. I actually lost a bit of time because the mouse wasn't clicking again. Okay. That was very interesting, but I didn't calculate it well enough there. I should have... 2 games I've lost, a little bit lack of concentration, which I'm not annoyed about at all. So I'm completely winning here, and do I just go rook f1? So rook f1 is obviously my first fall, and stupidity gets in the way here. I've got many winning moves, and just not the one I played. I thought c4 was safe. I thought he could go knight here, but then I'd take on f6. So why on earth did I not play this move? But I've got loads of winning moves. I just picked and even queen here would have been safe. Just picked this horrendous move. I just forgot it was check. Madness. And up to that point, again, I'm just making stupid blunders. So, man, that was horrendous. And let's see, I missed a win. Okay, so this was also very key. And this check wasn't right, but I'm sure there was a win here. This is why I prefer rapid. But where's the win? What did I miss? Did you guys see it? So let's go back. Very annoying. I've lost 2 very annoying games. I have to be honest. I'm going to have to sort this out. Should not be losing this game. So rook takes f6. So I thought this was winning. But I couldn't see a win after rook takes f7. So I looked at this line. And I saw this. Threatening checkmate. I saw he has to go knight here. Then I saw my only move is rook takes f7. And I saw he has to go king takes. But for some reason the computer is saying king takes loses. What am I missing? King takes, rook f4. I thought he could go here, but now it becomes clear. Fuck. I just missed this queen e6 move. I'm 1 move short in my calculations. Had I just I didn't think there was a follow-up here, but it's clear that this is just winning. So I was very close to playing a very nice game there, but fuck. Okay, so a poor start, 2 out of 4. Very interesting games, but my calculation has not been on point today at all. I don't know why. So we're going to have to do better now. So we can still get a good score, because I still think we can recover this. And we're going to have to do better in the next portion of this event. So the next 4 games are critical. The middle section, which I normally do really badly in, but let's do better in. I'm going to have to get 4 out of 4. I'm 4 out of 4. This is the only way. And I promise you, by next Tuesday, I haven't had any time. I just got back from Norway. I will buy a new mouse. I like cheap mice. I don't like these gaming ones. But I need a good mouse. Definitely. Okay. 4 out of 4 coming up. Okay, so we need 4 out of 4. And we're playing a young English guy. And what should we do? I'm gonna go black line. So we really need to have a good session here. Yeah, normally when I play on a touchpad, like my phone basically. That's when I play best, because these I'm just not very good with a mouse, am I? Can I go b5 here? Maybe. This pawn is. Let's juice it up a little bit, because he probably wants to go g4 and knight g3 and get a comfortable position, so we might as well introduce some juice. Okay, so we're still keeping this idea open, and I think he also may go g5, but then my knight has the f4 square, and I think this is quite a solid square for my knight. So this keeps it more interesting the way I'm playing. Okay, so we probably should be consistent in this position. And now this is becoming an idea. So I'm wondering about d5, but it looks a little bit rash. Okay, I'm going to castle, because maybe d5 was a possibility. Now if I go here, my pieces are going to get trapped. So taking here, I don't like giving away the center. So how do I play this? This is something which is always very annoying. I'm spending a bit too much time as well. Do I have to move this knight? But it looks funny moving it over here. Okay, I don't see what else. He's going to go b3. He's playing well, so why won't he play b3? You might, just look at your opponent's last move, see what their idea is, and stop it. This is generally a very good approach, and at least this way I can try and do a little bit of rearranging of pieces, but my hope is to get some pressure here, and I've made this square for my knight if I need it. So this is still a very interesting position. I'm going to take here or here if he goes f4 at the right time, and then try and get pressure. So if I take knight, okay, knight takes, okay, I think we have to take here now, or we should open up my rook and start doing this. I'm not very happy with this knight placement. I don't really like having a knight here. It doesn't seem to have much of a future, but I did gain a tempo, maybe imposing b3. So I just want to go bishop here and get some pressure like this. This is a very normal sort of rearrangement in the black line, or whatever you want to call this opening, where you get this counterplay. c5 is certainly an option, but let's threaten that pawn. And now c5 is becoming very tempting. But also maybe this knight now should come back around. So if I go here, he will have to take it because there's too much pressure. And then I can try and get in on the dark squares. So okay, so we stop that idea. Now my knight can come the other way and come around to h4, which is quite a trippy idea, and I like trippy ideas, so let's go trippy. And let's go for this h4 square, which seems really weird, but I've tried a similar idea before, and it's quite fun because it just hovers near your opponent's king. So my opponent again has stopped that. So he's playing well, stopping my ideas. I think now we'll just push this one. I'm not worried about this weakness, I say, because we might want to push d5 as well. This is the idea. Now this check doesn't work. I'm covering this one, so I want to continue with d5. And while he's a bit discombobulated, we try to break. He's got an awesome knight there, but I am now breaking with my pieces a bit. There's an f4 square later on. I'd love to get rid of this knight, but we can't have everything. And maybe something like takes. Do I even take with a queen? Maybe I'll take with a queen because it takes away the danger from my king, and his knight's a little bit weak after a possible exchange here. And I want to get a knight here, so I want to get rid of the queen. So he plays a good move, which he's playing a lot of, unfortunately. And okay, I played that. We allow his rook in, but okay, this is all right. And we keep the threat against his knight, and we want these squares for one of our knights to jump into, here or here. I probably want to move this one, so I got g6. So he counter strikes. Now takes, I get in a pin. So he's meeting fire with fire. And do we play this now? Still, I'm not sure who's better and why, because his rook is active. I want to kick this knight away, and it feels like his bishops are bad at the moment. And my bishop can drop back to a8 if it's attacked. So he swaps off, but that knight was the last thing that was really annoying me. Does he want rook here or this pawn? I'm not worried about this pawn. I'm more worried about... am I worried about that? Okay, let's go h5 so my king doesn't get mated and my rook can then come in. Because I couldn't move my rook. I could have moved my rook actually, but I can move it now safely without any worry to my back getting back spanked. Okay, now bishop here looks correct to me, and his position seems to be crumbling. He can't even move his king here because of a knight d5, which he might easily fall into. No, he doesn't, again. But he's... Oh, we go here, and h4 is keeping his king well and truly trapped. My back rank is safe, and we can try to weave a mating net around his king with this move and this one if needed. And my pieces are hitting all the right marks. That was an okay game. Do we bother looking at the computer for the computer to tell us we're a wally? That seemed like a sort of smooth build up. We had the right ideas. maybe this opening is a little bit dodgy, you know, because white has more space. But if you know the thing is, even if an opening's a little bit worse for you, I don't care. You shouldn't care if you're a weaker player than me, as long as you know the right ideas. And the key moments there, and I'm not even going to put it on the computer, it's knowing the right ideas. So you play this, and I talk about this in my chessball course. This is all there, you know, all the courses I make. And if you want to support me, you know, Chessable got a course, or Ginger GM, you can, and I'll talk about it. I know that this is the first idea, so we just play this. We get castled, and now we have to think a little bit. But I know that the main concept in this position is to attack e4. And I know that you do that by bringing the rook here, clearing the bishop up, and exchanging here, and putting the bishop here. So as long as I know attacking e4 is key, I need to work out how to do that. So I need to give this knight a square. And now we move the rook to do this. We open up the rook, and obviously my opponent might better play better. And now we've created a threat. So my opponent defends that. And now I'm just looking at my bad pieces. And this knight is bad. It hasn't got anywhere to go forward, so I reroute it. I want to bring it to one of these two squares. And again, this might actually just be a blunder, because you can go g5, which I totally missed. What a good game that was. I had the right ideas, but I'm blundering too much at the moment. And my opponent missed that move, because he doesn't want to really push that, weakening his king more. But of course, in this moment, it just wins material. Okay, he didn't see it. So now we can go back to playing these ideas. And I think now I get this move in, I'm better now. Just better. I don't normally like exchanging queens, but because his knight is loose after the exchange of queens, this is all quite logical. And now his position falls apart. I think I could have just... I've just realised I can go there and take there with check, though. Was that a mistake? And then takes, check, king here, takes there, check. Yeah, that was winning. So I played the wrong knight in. So you can see that I'm actually, you know, I'm winning these games not by doing very clever calculation. My calculation is terrible today. I'm calculating really badly, but I'm just seeing concepts that are good, and I'm just playing them without calculating as much as one of the top players would be. If you're a top player, you'd have both the calculation and, you know, the ideas, and that's why they're like that level above me, because they can calculate extremely quickly, they don't blunder, and they understand chess as well. And what I mean by that is, I kind of explained that last game what I was thinking, I think, pretty well. Okay, we're playing a young Turkish guy. Turkish guys are very dangerous now, so this is going to be tough, and he's giving me a time advantage, which is nice, because the young guys are very quick. They grew up with a mouse inserted up their bottom, basically. Like, you know, anyone under the age of like 12 literally was, you know, developed with a mouse attached to them as a third arm. So let's, and my mouse skills, it takes me 4 seconds to make a move. Okay, I'm gonna have to bang you again, mouse, if you work. Okay, and this little line can be very dangerous. If you looked at my last YouTube video, then this can be quite dangerous, this line, potentially. Danger, high voltage. Now, do we go here, or do we move the knight? Now this way, he has to play this, right? Okay, I'm going to open up some lines, because he's got this square open. Now I'd love... Okay, let's develop a piece. I think he has to play this at some point. Maybe I'm threatening some funky business soon. And the other idea is just to get my queen over here for some action. Now I developed this knight because I was wondering, okay, so surely now there's something here. I don't see it yet, so I'm going to get the queen ready to come in, ready to castle. I was thinking bishop here, threatening knight takes g6, but after d5 I'd have to sacrifice a piece, which didn't seem entirely sound. So if you don't see anything immediate, you just have to keep building up. And this is, I don't know, you know, this is, should I just take this pawn? Maybe I should just take this pawn. The computer would say take that pawn, but I don't like rook here takes here. I mean, okay, maybe I should just grab this one. Because queen here, it's only a check there. His king goes here. So maybe we should just fearlessly grab. And I'm going to keep being a greedy bastard. And I can swap queens. It's a bit boring, but I've won 2 pawns, so exchanging pieces is not a terrible idea, but he doesn't allow me to do that. Now, don't get your queen trapped, Simon. This is very important. Is my queen getting trapped? God, famous last words. I've got this square, and I don't think he can tap my queen. Am I threatening knight takes g6? Queen takes knight e7. Well, now there might be a bloody genius move. Queen takes, please work. Queen takes, pawn takes, knight e7, king here, knight e6, check, king f6. This one probably wins, but it's a bit boring. Queen takes, knight check, king here, rook check, king here, check, king here. Oh my god, I'm trying to create some art on the board. Check, knight takes just wins. Check, check, knight check. Here, check, takes. Check, king here. I can't see the win. So I think we just have to play this, unfortunately. I'm going to have a look at it afterwards. Queen takes. Again, this is what I'm talking about, calculation. Queen takes. Did you see the win there? This might not even be winning. I might have just flaffed it up. I don't think so. It should be winning somehow for me. I don't know how, but somehow is somehow. Let's just keep throwing them forwards. I got a bit carried away there, didn't I? I mean, I this is all madness, but I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't play queen takes and find a win. That's why you should never regret a move when you make it. That's one thing I've learned in chess, which I do very often. But this move, this is kind of unclear now. Takes here, takes here, and here. I mean, all the tactics should work because my pieces are so beautifully placed. Why shouldn't they work? And this one, what's the move there? Okay, so this we take here, and if here we can take on c8, or we can take here and take on c8. So taking here is probably winning, but again, I'm looking for something a little bit more beautiful. I could take. Okay, let's do it the simple way. Let's take here. Simple is good in a lot of occasions. And well, I don't. I'm going to just put the bishop here because it's the most solid square. Okay, so solid 23 move win, but I'm still a little bit disappointed. Now I want to just show you we're having some very exciting games today. No matter what happens, we always do. So it's party time in the Ginger GM house, and you're all invited, my friends. And I just want to show you what I was considering here. So in this position. Was queen, I'm not putting the computer on, was this winning? This was so tempting. But if you don't see the win, you can't play it. So I wanted to play here, and now I've got 2 checks. Now, I think he has here, if I check on e7, so this one's critical. Double check, with the bishop and knight, he has to go here. So this is what I was trying to work out. And then I was looking at this check, and then he has to come here. And then I was looking at this check, and it's not mate, unfortunately, because he can come here. Now, this is winning. I can see the win now. Something like this in f4, surely winning. This would have been absolutely... So I can get his king all the way here. This is fascinating. This must be winning. I should have played this just for the shits and giggles. Maybe this first, but this is what I'm thinking. Here, boom. Here, and maybe surviving. I mean, the thing is, this line, and when you've got a very simple win, okay, we'll put the computer on now. When you've got a very simple win, it's kind of like stupid to play like this, right? But let's go here. Okay, so of course, knight takes g6. I'll put it on so you can see. Knight takes g6 is a winning move. There is a better way to win. Knight to e7, and that is obviously very logical. The thing is, I saw one winning move. I don't really need to calculate the checkmate move because this is +6, and as long as you're confident with that and your time's ticking, that's good enough. But this is winning. Let's have a look here, and it's checkmate. I can go here. Oh, because I did see this, but I didn't see the mate. So knight f6 doesn't work, does it? He comes here, and this is not mate. It's not mate, is it? So the computer thinks he's okay here. This is what I'd very likely play. I'd go into this position, and he'd find a defense. But the winning move was something I was looking at. It was this check here, and then I wanted to go this check, but I thought he goes here, but I got some move like this. Oh, this is so beautiful. So, for example, here, boom! And we stop him running away. And if he goes here, boom! And he has to go here, boom! Oh, I'm so annoyed I didn't see that. But I am only human, after all. Oh my God. Okay, and now the other line I would have to see, this is in rapid play, I'd love to have seen this, would have been king f6. Oh no, we just did that one. So what about king here? But then we go rook h7, and it's the same thing, right? And then here, annoyed I didn't see it. Then we have to start taking material. Oh, we can go g4. What a absolutely insane sequence could have been started after that. And there were some beautiful lines there. And sometimes one of my main problems is I go for beauty more than science. Beauty rather than truth. And the truth of the position is something like I played. But queen takes here. I mean, how many times do you get that bonkers checkmate opportunity? But I needed more time. As I was saying, my calculation not quite on point to calculate these lines in blitz. Rapid, maybe. Hopefully over the next 3 days I'll be able to start doing stuff like that. But in blitz, bloody hell. On the plus side, we're on 2 out of 2 in the middle section. If we win the next 2, we're well back in this competition. So fingers crossed we can keep some of the magic rolling. Let it roll, baby, roll all night long. Wow, 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 all night long. Okay, after that very exciting game, we are playing a women GM from Lithuania, and we're going to stick with the black line because I've got a new idea which I may get a chance to share with you. Let's see what she plays, if she plays the main line. So my new idea, well, it's not my idea. Okay, well, it's a little bit different when this goes here. It's certainly not my idea. I should point out it's actually okay. Now this is basically, this is a red rag of getting the pawn here, right? So I mean, I could go b5 as well. b5 is also a good way to play, but I'm thinking of two ideas, b5 and g4. And b5 is probably a good move, but with this pawn, I'm thinking about this, and I'll maybe show you this idea another day. The idea was something that Vigner, Icelandic #1, showed to me. Really nice guy, very strong chess player, and he showed me some interesting idea which I might get a chance to share with you another time. I won't ruin it now in case I play it over the next couple of days. But for now, we'll do the standard approach of bringing the pieces around. This knight move frees up the bishop. This is all very normal black lying. My opponent's done a good job of covering that square. Now, I don't think this is a problem. There's nothing going on if my opponent comes in there. My idea is probably to come in here and then try to figure out a way to attack after that. So knight here, I mean, castling queenside risky because this pawn's on pre. Maybe my king should go to g. It's always like connecting the rooks. I find in these attacks you need to connect the rook, so you've got to move the king. But where do you move the king? If you go this way, you might get mated, and if you go to g7, it just takes a lot of time and you're opening up for a knight to come into one of these two squares. But as my opponent's moved the knights the wrong way, I think knight f1 is the way to play this, and knight g3. This kind of position, this kind of middle game, so the knight can head for my outpost. The knight over here is not a good square for a knight because it's not doing anything. If it pops in here, I can give it a boot, but I don't even necessarily need to. Maybe looks scary, but what's it doing? You need to have purpose. So okay, so we're going to continue. We'll move this one in. If my opponent takes, we take the g pawn. We have a g file to attack along, and if my opponent does something else, maybe we can. The thing is, well, as soon as you move this pawn, my opponent can take and then go e5. That's another sort of slight thing to watch out for. So what are we doing here? Any sacrifice here? Is this nearly available? Then queen c8. Well, I mean, if that works, I will buy a lottery ticket. It's like over 100 million first prize lottery in England at the moment. If I won that, I'd start my cat sanctuary and I'd run some really cool chess tournaments. I'd run the maddest chess tournaments the world has ever seen. That would be my aim. Now, do we put the king here? It kind of feels a bit slow, but I'm going to gain time because my opponent's very short time. Maybe it wants to go to h7, so now my opponent is wanting this one. So, okay, now can I go... I'm thinking about going batshit crazy here. With here, g3, knight check, takes, king g1. It is kind of batshit crazy. So after this move, do I have to go back? Because that is very disappointing. Okay, well, I think we have to play practically, and yeah, I'm not really happy about going back. Okay, I should have not gone back. That was a bit... okay, now I'm going forwards. I'm kind of like schizophrenic here. What am I actually trying to do? I don't know. Okay, we're trying to checkmate, but why did I move this knight back? I could have left that knight there. Now, I don't think there's a threat. Now, this check is very tempting. Okay, let's just keep going forwards. Now, if my opponent takes here, maybe I flick in a check. Well, I do flick in a check. And if my opponent moves this pawn, I come back, which probably shouldn't have moved away from anyway, because this is not a massive threat. So now the h-file's open. Very happy to see that. And this is what we call in the official thing a big check. But is it a big check? It's not actually quite big yet. Okay, let's go in. Does this work? I don't know, but I want to open up the queen for some action. I want to get the knight in for some action. My king can come here if this is ever taken with check. So my opponent bails out a little bit. I don't want to exchange queens because we're having too much fun in this position. And now there's a big threat. Rook takes here, which I'm going to get in. Boom, in we go. And now I could just... I mean, I've got this check as well. I mean, there's too many good moves. Okay, we'll take this one. We don't... There's no... The piece is a piece is a piece is a piece. And now here, let's not blunder. And let's bring the queen in, because that is a lovely square for the queen. Everything coordinating quite sexily here. Just got to keep my eyes on the ball and your hands on the road and your eyes on... Now I'd love to get a rook here, or would I? Let's bring this one in because this is even more sexy. And surely that is the end. Come on! Boom! That's what happened there, my friends. The Black Lion is kicking some butt today. I don't think a perfect game. I think I missed something there, but I'm not trying to calculate too deeply now because I can't. I'm incapable. Maybe some of you understand that chess is a hard game and it's impossible to see the wins always, especially in blitz. But that was the Black Lion in action, and it's a lot of fun when it really goes down the road like that. So let's pick it up around here, shall we? And we'll put the computer on. I mean, I think as soon as the pawn goes to h3, I'm going g5, g4, and I'm kicking some ass there. But I'm intrigued to see what the computer says, so I'll share it with you. So the computer already thinks that black's fine here. It actually likes to move rook g8. Okay, interesting, but this can't be bad. And after this, h5, which I want to play as an idea, and just go for it. Maybe I should have been a little bit more oomphy. This move was a little bit safety first, and now why did I move this knight? I should. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad move, but it's a bit wimpish. I was playing a bit on her clock, which is, you rarely hear me say that. And now I'm like, now I'm going for the kill. I want to attack. And if G4, I'm coming into F4 again, which must be quite nice of me. So this is a mistake. Now this move though, I come back at some point and I've got to be a lot better, right? Because if my opponent gets rid of dark square bishop, she's going to be open up to all sorts of horrible ideas on the dark squares. But this was the best bet, because the way it was played just allows this one in. Now my first fault is knight G4, which is the top move. But what do I play after that? I didn't see a good follow-up. And then knight F4 it wants. But I think this move is so much fun to play, right? Because we're threatening H3. My opponent probably has to take. And after this cold move, we're threatening F3 and stuff like this, this looks horrendous. There is a defense here, but even that looks so dodgy here. Yeah, I mean, this is slaughter. And now it's actually quite easy, because I'm not a piece up, but my king is very safe, funnily enough. Can't get to it, and we win a piece, and then we just bring all the pieces as near to the king as we can. And the last thing I wanted to do was get my last piece in, just because it looks lovely, and I can see some very beautiful finishes coming up here as well. We're creating a lot of art today. I mean, like, let's say the queen goes here check. I mean, I could bring the rook in, but this is probably even better. And now we just want to get this in somehow. Maybe rook F2 is a funny way of doing it, and this is obviously slaughter of the highest order. Okay, so the middle stage is going right. Now the next game I feel is going to be very tough, but if we win the next game, we're going to be on 6 out of 8. And who knows what can happen if you get to 6 out of 8. That's a good score for an idiot like me. 6 out of 8. I think it's 6 out of 8. Am I tripping? How many rounds have we had? It is 6 out of 8. So then there'll be 3 rounds to go. So the next game, 6 out of 8. You never know. You can get to 9 points. Whoa. So big next game. And the games I've lost, I've been doing pretty well in. So I'm actually playing all right. Just not calculating as well as I should be. So let's see. I'll start the next game very shortly, but I don't think we need to pause it because all the games seem to have ended. I'm analysing a lot of these games because they're so interesting. There have been some very interesting games today, and I think the next game is going to start any second. And there's one game going on, so we won't pause it. And Hans at the top of the leaderboard, and Magnus Carlsen. Wow, that's going to be an interesting clash, right? Oh, if I wasn't playing, I'd like to see that. And Magnus just overtaken Hans for some weird reason. And we're in against a 28-91. And we got to kick some butt here. This is a massive game to get in a position to score tremendously. And we got black again because chess.com hates me. That's not the case. It's just like, because it wants me to play the black line again, doesn't it? Great. Here we go. So we're in, and you might see the idea in this game if he goes main line. This is an idea of Icelandic #1, and an idea that's popped into my mind as well. I actually first mentioned the idea back in the chess-based DVD I did a long time ago, 10 years ago. Pablo is having a think from Chile. Okay, so into the black line we venture. And we're going to play all the normal moves. And now, this is the first move. We stop him doing stuff over here. Now, the next move is to introduce this and now play G5 immediately. And we don't go here and here. And the reason he played this one is because of bishop here. And now, we can go back into our normal stuff. And this is, I think, a good version of the black line. We're going to try and do the same stuff. There is a bit of a weakness on b6, but I really like this way of holding up the kingside play, queenside play. And I did recommend this a5 move, like I say, in one of my first chess-based videos. And I think it's a very interesting way to stop this stuff that often happens to me on the queen side with white pushing me here. It gives you a bit of time to get motoring. And this could be the modern way to play this. And we see the same idea as I had in the last game. The knight is heading to this square. Now, is my opponent going to play G3? No. So I think we continue in the same fashion as before. Let's just throw it in. Now, do I put my bishop on e6 now that I get a chance to develop it? e5. Do I put it just on d7? Let's just put it on d... Do I really need to do that? No, let's go rook g8. I remember rook g8 was, when I looked at it on computer, one of the ideas suggested maybe we have something with this, but then my opponent's always taking here. So here takes, I think is safe. Don't think I'm worried about this one. So developing the bishop makes sense. Is it now time to try and put the king on h8? h8 seems safest. Queenside seems really loose for the king. I might consider this, but I think if my opponent's just passing, as my opponent is, okay, I have to take this one. So I did see this idea, but I was at the time happy about this. Will I remain happy after the next series of moves? I don't know. Here or here? Let's go here. It's a bit more funky. And now here maybe? Is there something in the middle happening? I hope not. Not a sacrifice. There's knight here, but I've got king f8 to get off the line. I mean, I might be able to take it, but king f8. There's knight e4. This one is a little bit scary. But I can take with the queen, no? I'm just going to play this. This is a practical move, not the best move. I think knight e4 is best, but I want to get my king out of any checks, and I want to get it safe, because then I should be able to hunt the king side down. Okay, now knight e4 or b6. Let's play b6 first. Now this does weaken c6. I'm slightly concerned about this move, but I think if that goes there, I'll just take it now. Now I've got my king one step closer. Okay, now here we're definitely coming in because I want c5. And I was worried about takes c5 before, but now I've covered c5. I'm not so concerned. Now, is there something on the king side immediately? I don't know. So I'm always worried about some sacrifice here. Maybe this is, yeah, my opponent plays it. Obviously a strong player, understands. I shouldn't really have allowed this because I had a good position. Okay, queen here. Hold my nerve here because I'm going to suddenly have to defend. d6 clearly is the only move. I think I should be alright, but it's scary because this knight is a monster of a piece. Absolute monster. Now, where does this rook want to go? d8 if I get one more move, or c8, one of these two. And also love to put the bishop there, but can't do that. Does my opponent want to take there? This is always getting hit with tempo, so let's just move it with a knight coming in or something. So I'll just get it to a safer square. Now can I move my king? Then rook takes here, so don't mouse me up. What am I doing? What am I doing to this position? Fucking hell, idiot. Sorry, I'm also falling all over the shop. Oh my. Why do I do that? Why do I fucking do that? Nah. Oh man. Fucking muppet. Oh, that was so bad. So bad. Here, right? Oh man, why do I do that? Okay. Didn't really see many options there. Right. Here. Really fucked this up. I had such a winning position, didn't I? And I can't now seem to find a way to defend this. Where's this bishop? Can't go anywhere. Very bad play for me. focus in. This is where I regret not having the mouse skills of a legend. Fuck, let's check. Oh man, fuck. Very annoyed because I was winning this game, and this has been a really frustrating Title Tuesday. As in I've thrown away so many positions, and that was the most annoying because of how important I said the game was. And it was just like one move, right? I mean, I had this very comfortable position around here, and I'm clearly just winning again. Fucking bollocks. And after he goes to this dodgy tactic, this is the right move, as you can see. Played well. And now, yeah, I just need to like be sensible. Put the bishop here, move the rook here. This move is not so bad, I don't think. It's not losing. But then I start dropping everything. I forgot about this check on h6 in this moment. So this was a key moment. Bishop g5. And then I really just wanted to get my king over here, because if I get my king there, it's easy to win. I definitely need to get a new mouse as well, because this is slowing me down. I've also got rook g6 and king here. This is actually just very simple. I missed this rook g6 idea. So maybe rook g6 here was also... Oh no, I wanted to play rook g6 here, but then he can check. But if I go... So maybe rook g6 not working. But bishop g5 is good. And I just crumbled. I crumbled. I mean, this is it. When you get attacked, it's a lot harder to defend. But I'm not a good defender. And all of a sudden, I'm in trouble. And I have to give stuff up. And I think it's just losing here, basically. It felt like I was getting a little bit back, but... Not really. Not really. And this is just too much. So it's just that one moment. I mean, the opening worked fantastically. And it's horrible when you get a new opening in. And this is a great position for me. And I've got all the initiative. And I probably here, if I had this position again, wouldn't allow this sacrifice. So if I was here another time, could I just play king here? I think I'd just play king here, just so I could get the king safe first. So I'm getting some very good positions, but throwing it away. Okay, well, we need to win the next three. 6, 7, 8 still possible. There have been some interesting games, but it's all on me just blundering at the critical moments. And I've got to stop doing this. I don't think it's really about the pressure. It's just like, I mean, I can think of excuses, but excuses are excuses, aren't they? I could be like, you're commentating, you're not really in the zone as much as you should be. But it's just little moves, but I'm just not grasping. I'm even knowing when the critical position is, but I'm not grasping the... One of these days we'll grasp it all. So, for example, I knew the critical position was around when he sacked the piece, but I didn't find the right defence here. Which I was about to play bishop g5, but I thought I'd wait a move, and I was happy for him to take that pawn for some bizarre reason. Really weird. And then the next thing I saw was this is my original idea, and I turned this down because I thought he'd come back somewhere. Strange. Alright, next three, pray for me, and let's just win the next three and get a good score. Come on. Right, so last 3 games, and let's do the tromp again, and let's get 3 out of 3. Let's do it. So we're going to do the system again. It worked out very well last time. We had that amazing variation. It's a very strange move putting the bishop there. Don't truly understand that one. And now we can cause them a little bit of nuisance with a move like this, but of course we use our friend Harry. And it seems a little bit clumsy as pawns like this, but I don't know if queen here was right. I mean, I'm thinking that we can target, and he doesn't want a castle in a position like this because it will get destroyed. And maybe he can play here. So do we... Let's play c4, because I don't want him to consolidate the centre as easily as he can. And where's he going to put his king? Do we go kingside or queenside? Well, I think my king's safest here. And he's going to go that way. Okay. So we've got a bit of a space advantage. I think we're a little bit better here. We can push him a little bit. He's trying to get into this square. Normal idea. And I'm just trying to think what my plan is really here. Is my queen on the right square here, lined up against his bishop? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe I should be bringing it back and playing f3. But it's kind of also active. Okay, let's bring it back. Bring it around to his king, as usual. Because that seems logical-ish. And now I'm hoping we can still attack him on that area. Okay, so which one do we take with this maybe, and try to come in here? I kind of want, I mean, okay, which piece is better? This bishop here? A lot of questions. It's going to be a positional kind of grind now for both of us. I'm thinking I want to reroute my knight to this square, but then I've just realized this could trap it. So let's move the bishop well out the way first. And the reason I want to get my knight to this square, it seems like e5 could be nice, but also where it is not terrible, because he has one weakness, that pawn, and we can nibble it as we're doing now. So we're nibbling. How do we improve though? I can't see an obvious way. Maybe here and rook in. Maybe here and a5 to get the c5 square. It feels like knight d3 is the maneuver I want to play. Maybe here and rook c5. Be careful of that one. But also sometimes it's a good idea to do nothing, because my opponent is tied down to this and we can gain a little bit of time. Because it can only really come backwards and forwards, but I wish I had an easier way. Okay, now the bishop takes work. Bishop takes, feels like it should be tactic. Bishop takes, rook takes. I'm confused here. Knight takes. Knight takes work. Knight takes rook to. I think knight takes works, yeah? I think. Am I miscalculating this? Have I calculated this tactic correctly? Here, check, winning the bishop. Here, here, is what I just calculated, but is it right? Or is there have I missed some? You have to have confidence in your tactical ability, even if there's probably a safer way to play. I mean, like, the only way you're going to get better is if you see a tactic by playing the tactic, right? You have to do it. And as far as I can see, this is working, as far as I can see. But I have put this in a pin, and this could be the problem. Fuck. So unfortunate if I've gone wrong like this, isn't it? Really not fair. I forgot about this ongoing pin. Fuck. Oh dear. Now b5, yeah? But I can take and come here. And then he takes. I mean, is this still alright? But this pin is. I don't like the look of it. This move is scaring me. I have to like put my king here then. Takes king here. Maybe it's all right. Maybe. Very risky to play like this though. Yeah. Oh fuck. Give it the magic once over. But I mean, my knight is still the stupid position. And yeah, and I'm hoping. Oh, he is going to win it. Bugger. He does find a way of winning it. Crafty man. Crafty man. Ay, ay, ay. Fuck. I don't know, it feels like I'm getting a bit unlucky today. I'm going to come up with all the excuses soon, but getting a bit annoyed because I'm sort of, my calculation is just not there. Okay, we can fight this one though. We have to fight this one. Got to keep the rooks on, haven't I? And you can just take that pawn. It's not scary. Just got to try to hustle him now. I can't even see how to do that. I think we have to do this. He just comes there. What am I doing? Fuck. I'm so annoyed with myself. I cannot put into words how annoyed I am with myself at this moment in time. It's really annoying. I'm playing good chess, but just not calculating as well as I would love to. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so that tactic didn't work, did it? Fuck. We'll try to get 7 again, but I'm not playing well in these Title Tuesdays when I was playing so well earlier as well. Okay, let's just double check that tactic. So I mean, you do have to play these things, but again, very nice position here. And it seems like I could have just played this tactic straight away, right? So I played this very quickly, which is fine. And now I just have to play, like a quiet move. This tactic doesn't seem to work. Well, it's very close to working. So takes, and he finds the only move. The only move. He plays this, takes, and of course, I probably should take here, right? And then play with the king on c6. This one allows him to do this, and I sort of lost a bit of hope here, which is I could have fought much harder. And again, I should go active with my king. This is very passive, and the last mistake is giving this pawn away. So disappointing. Life. What can you do? 2 to go. Let's get to 7, and then the thing is, it really pisses me off when I play badly, especially when I'm about to play the World Team Championships tomorrow. I'm gonna have to go for another run or something to get this anger out of my system. I'm gonna have to punch the punch bag for about an hour just to get this out now. You know, and that's the problem with playing chess sometimes. I'm sure we all get it, but it's fucking frustrating at times. I mean, there's no pleasant way to say it. So let's finish these next 2. Let's try to play some exciting chess anyway. And we've got better positions every single game. So next game starting any second. Right, will we get another black line? At least I can practice this line out, which I'm aiming to play tomorrow. It'd be lovely to play this against someone like Anand. Would it be lovely? Might not be lovely. I might just get smashed. But the important move is basically to meet a4, which is the right move because it stops b5. If I get b5 in, I'm equal. You should be happy to be equal with black. And she's played this now, and I'm like, do I wait another move because I want to get this line in again? And now we play a5, just because I want to practice this line. And the point is, the bishop goes here straight away. There's knight here, and she hasn't got a very useful waiting move. Maybe b3 is the best move to play, because h3 gives you this hook, and you don't need to play rook g8. You don't need to play knight f8. And as Vigna told me, this position is now, I haven't really checked it, but he said according to the computer, absolutely fine for black. You can check yourself. And he said to play this. We had a conversation after about 10 pints on the last day of Reykjavik Open, so I'm sure this 10-pint conversation makes a lot of sense. And I don't know what we do now, but let's take something. It does look a bit scary for me, I have to say. This knight especially is rather scary. Do we go here? Okay, let's do that. I don't know what hell's going on now. I probably should look at this with a computer. Do we go in? What the flying fuck is going on here? Do we move this knight? Do we take? I don't know. Take here? I just don't know. Take and then move the knight in, but then there's going to be something horrible happen here. I'm going to have to double check this. It seems like my opponent's played quite well here. Knight here to gain a move, get rid of that knight. So many options. Okay. But then there's a rook coming here. This is like quite tricky actually. Okay, I'm going to take here and hope. But there could be something nasty. The thing is, I have to really watch out. Okay, now this seems very sensible. And I'm going to go here now. And here. And we have some ideas. So her king is also a little bit weak, but my pieces are much worse placed than hers. She's played this very well. Bishop here and trying to get the queen in. Okay, now there's no checks around this area, is there? But I'd love to get rid of this one. Such a pain. And now this is an idea, this check. So move this knight, this check comes in. Can I move this knight this way then? Or this way? C5 possibly. Okay. Because I really want to get rid of this knight. If I get rid of that knight, I'm confident. But there's moves like this I have to watch out for. King f8. This one, I have to move my queen, no? As scary as this is, my knight stops the queen coming in. I still want this one more move. If I get that one more move in, my instinct tells me I'm good. But then she has this move and some idea then. It feels I might be okay here. I don't see anything for her. This is why she's having a long think. She's trying to find something scary. And there might well be something, but I'm getting rid of that one against most moves. You can try to take with the queen. I have rook h5, the queen has to come back and I can maybe get my queen in somewhere. It's not the end of the world at all. So this feels alright for me. What have I missed? Takes. They do a good job of covering. Okay, so he's played a move. Okay, I've got to get rid of this knight. No, I don't. I'm not even going to think about it. Let's get rid of it. And obviously there's stuff going on here as well. Now knight. Okay, let's move this one out of the way of some lines. And this one was also a candidate move, but I want to go knight here and get the knight to f4, and I couldn't do it before because g8 was on pre. I'm hoping now this is playable because knight f4 is a lovely square, stopping the king from coming out. Now this could slow me down, and it's all about tempo. I would play f6 most likely here, because then bishop takes, I come back, I won a pawn, but pawn's totally irrelevant in this position. Feels solid though, doesn't it? Because I've got these rook g7 ideas. It could be better actually in this position. This messy thing. The black lion's done great today. It really has. It's done really well. Okay, so she comes back, sensible. If I come in, open up the E file, it's probably alright. Let's just do a useful move. I'm hoping this will be useful because the E file is critical in a lot of lines. We've got to get rid of that one. Goes without saying. Now rook here. Let's push this maybe. It's getting very interesting. Probably because I want to get my queen more structured, and we're going to do that now. But then, am I going to get back spanked? Okay, I've got knight takes, but then bishop h6 checkmate. Fuck. Oh my words. Queen takes there. Queen here. Is that right? Doesn't seem like it should be. No, it's not right. Fuck. Awful play. Awful play. Again. Just falling for some misdemeanors. This is alright. Okay, she's winning a pawn. Maybe not right. Man, one plays it badly. Yeah, have to get rid of that one, don't we? It's too strong. And I'm trying to just hold a draw here. It's a very exciting game though, as always. These. Let's play for the win, obviously. My knight's very good. Don't lose that piece. I'll get rid of it. The rook's too good. Got to play quick. Knight. Where do I move? D5 is the square, isn't it? Tough game, this. Don't get mated. That'd be embarrassing. Oh, time. Bugger. Should be, well, it is, I say should be winning. It's a technical win. Oh man, that was so hard. It's so hard to just win a game. It's like getting, literally, you get a stone and you have to rinse the stone of blood, and the stone is like, no, I'm not giving in. And okay, so I mean, this is a really good way to learn, and actually this could be very useful for tomorrow, because I haven't looked at this position that my friend told me was okay for black, and by at least playing a game in it, we can have a look at it now. So let's see. So it seemed like my opponent played quite well out the opening, and my opponent just dodged this one, opening up. Knight h4 looked like a good move, and now it says I should go knight b6. That's interesting, to cover that square. Is this g4 even right? It feels like a little bit soon, but okay. The computer does think it's right. I mean, I could also go into a normal black line by playing something like this, but let's keep going. So here. I just don't like knight b6. It feels wrong to me. Okay, so pawn takes pawn is the other move, but after knight here, she's played very cleverly. Rook g8, and she plays another top computer move. She's playing really well here. And now it does say I should go knight b6 in this position. But this is quite scary. This is quite scary. I feel like, you know, I'm never really attacking her. Her king's safe here, and my king just doesn't feel happy. I'm not sure I like this line anymore. So it's a good thing I probably got this today, except for when I'm playing Anand. And now it goes messy, and I say messy. It looks like I'm struggling according to the computer, but my position was uncomfortable. Really. This should be the way that white plays this, so I'm gonna have to do a bit more research on this. And this was a mistake because now I can get rid of that knight. Thank goodness. And there was a move here. You know when I said, oh, I think I could be better? Well, I'm clearly not better, but she had to find some crazy move like this, and it's one of those positions where you can kind of smell that there should be a move, because I just wasn't that comfortable. I'm just covering everything just about, but it just feels like it's on the edge, and hence why it could have gone ski whiffy. Right, last game. If we get to 7, it's been entertaining, if not anything else. Yeah. Now, what do we do? Let's go wing gambit, wing gambit, wing gambit. Honk the honk if you're a lunatic. And this is I again another chessboard course I did, and this is very interesting. And funnily enough, I spoke to Magnus Carlsen II, Peter Heine Nielsen, and he told me that, which I felt quite honoured about, that him and Magnus Carlsen actually studied my repertoire there, Grandmaster Gambits, and they found it very interesting. And they actually found it, like, what they said, it looked very playable, and I was like, what the hell? So, but he studies everything, Magnus Carlsen. So Grandmaster Gambits, it's actually a book as well, if you want to save some money. There's a book, Grandmaster Gambits 1E4. I can't remember all the lines, but it is very interesting. And I have to be honest, it wasn't just me who did the work. It was my good friend and brilliant worker, Richard Palliser. So Richard Palliser should be thanked for also that international master, and he did more work than me on it, I'll be honest. I did do some work because I play a lot of these crazy lines myself, and this is a trick I've used before. When the queen comes in there, it's game over, and it looks like I'm picking up a piece now because I'm threatened. I mean, whenever I move Harry, you should be a little bit careful. I mean, that goes out saying. Don't just think I move Harry and like, oh, it's a free Harry. There's no such thing as a free dinner, and there's no such thing as a free Harry. Remember. Oi, you, there's no free Harry, alright? Harry comes at a price. And Caleb Levi is now in a bit of a dilemma. I mean, you can go G5, but G3 is a simple way to play, winning a piece, and I'll probably play G3 there. And this move is most likely the best bet, because there's no other way to save things, but a piece is a piece is a piece. I believe that's a direct quote of Jesus Christ from the Bible. You win a piece, you get a piece, and you feed the masses with the piece. Turn a piece into many pieces, and you feed not just one, but an ocean of men. I think that's how it goes. It's even better, wasn't it? He turned water into wine. Legend. You come to my party any day. Why did I allow that move? That was stupid. I was thinking about wine, getting excited again. Simon, why? Just because you hear the word wine, just calm it down. Alright, so that was really silly. Why allow his bishop to come in? Why allow his pawn to activate? You don't need to do these things. And why give him like 3 pawns in the center? Why? Sometimes I just ask myself, why? Why? Okay, but it still seems quite fun. Now this move hopefully doesn't work because I whip his queen off. And his king is still in the middle, and I can still get a rook to e1. And he's got how many? He's got like 1, 2. He's got so many pawns. But okay, now we castle, and I like my pieces. My pieces seem quite dangerous to me. Okay, now here, can we go f4? Is that also legal? Let's try that. It looks fun. So we go f4, and I'm going to take here, and I'm going to keep coming forwards. Now I really wanted to do something there. I don't know if it works. Let's go here. Oh no, my queen's... Don't do that. Don't do that, Simon. Let's keep going forwards, because I want to sack something at some point in this game. And if he goes here, I take it. Here, yeah, the good move. Yeah, you think you're good? Yeah, the good move. No. Okay, now if he goes, all right, come on. Now, surely this is. Surely I'm coming in. Surely I'm just coming in for the final countdown. But shall we try to create a little bit of art? I don't know how. I mean, let's push that queen somewhere else, maybe. He wants to swap queens. No, we don't want to swap queens because we're having too much fun. I want to sack my queen in this game. Oh, he's not going to let me, is he? He's playing good moves. Now I could win more material. I don't really want to do that because I like my bishop. Let's just put it somewhere stupid because it looks fun. I want to keep the queens on, even if I could win in an easier way, because I'm going for the wriggly worm technique. And has he forgotten about the? I want to sack my queen. This is my aim. Can I sack it now? Now there might be an easier way to win, but okay, let's. I've got to sack my queen in this game. No! Why did you not let me? I was going to sack my queen. Oh, look at those killers from Vanillas. They are strong, but that was really disappointing because what I was going to do, I don't think he's got any squares for his queen, right? Can't go here, 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 here. He's got to go here. And now I wanted to play this. No, that one's too easy. It wins too easy. I wanted to sack my queen like this. Now it probably doesn't work. But okay, my mouse is now going funny. Here. And then if he goes here, I've got this one, but I think this one here, and then maybe this one. This is what I was thinking. This shows how insane I am. Threatening g5 checkmate. Then he takes, and I wanted to go king here. And I think, therefore, I checkmate. And this is probably a load of bollocks because he can play f6. But no, then I go rook takes g4. What the hell? This is maybe working. Maybe I am a genius. Well, okay, that was a lot of fun at times and a lot of pain at other times, and that's what you get on this channel. You get the ups, the downs, the arounds, the blows, the highs. It looks like I'm in a nightclub doing my big box, small box, little box dance. That's what I used to do at the techno club because I didn't know any other dance. Cheers, everyone, and it's been fun. And I'm playing the World Rapid and Blitz. I don't know how that will go, but if it's like today, there'll certainly be some interesting games because whatever we can say, that was interesting chess today. Crazy chess. One of the craziest Title Tuesdays I've had. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll be much obliged. Cheers. See you all soon. Bye. That's a really uncomfortable wink.